Coach, please start with an opening statement.
Well, I thought our crowd, first and foremost, it's tremendous atmosphere. I just love their consistency. I wish I could give them the same sacrifices back somehow, some way. But I think our guys do give back by how hard they play. And our fans are basketball educated, and I just appreciate them understanding that the best thing you can give young people is support. And that's what they're doing, being able to be in the seats. Again, recognizing pediatric cancer, rally for Ryan, the Luce family. My heart goes out to them, but also others that's out there that have been impacted, right, by cancer. Dickie Nutt is going through his second rounds of chemo. He's in great spirits. We've stopped by his hotel room this week right here on campus. So our doctors are doing their very best. Nurses, I just thank all of them for what they're doing. But again, it's a horrific disease that, a lot of us in this room have been impacted by family, close friends have been, dealing with. So, our guys came out with unbelievable energy, enthusiasm. There was a couple bounces that didn't go our way that I thought could have secured a different lead. But I do think our energy was impacted by the defensive effort by Ole Miss. They were playing desperate basketball, and I'm not saying our guys wasn't playing desperate basketball either, because we were. Our ball wasn't going in, and I thought our energy level was impacted by that. And I think once we got into halftime, our guys regrouped. They understood that. We gave them solutions to the problem, and it just began with their effort, right? Their effort. You can't have your energy be impacted because the ball isn't going in. That's part of the game. And they refocused, and they came out and gave an unbelievable second half, and I commend them. I started a different lineup in that second half, set Tamar Bates, set Nick Honor. I started Sean East, Ant Robinson, Aiden Shaw, Zeus, and Mabor. And those guys gave us a lift to start off. I didn't get Bates back into the game until after the 12-minute timeout. But our guys responded, being able to win the second half, 52-39. We gave up 19 points off turnovers at the end of the day in the first half, and then we only turned the ball over 4 times in the second and 0 points off turnovers, and that's where our lead, we were able to get back into the game plan.
Questions?
Dennis, when you see you guys get as close as they did, in that second half, is it tough for you to see them not be able to break down that door for that first SEC win when they get that close?
No, it's not. It's not tough to see these guys fight. That's the most important thing. I see them fighting, and the ball is going to bounce different ways. There's uncontrollables that happens. Nick Honor had an in and out three. It hit every part of the rim. And those things have taken place, but I just like the fact that our guys aren't holding their heads down. They're out there feeding off each other. They're challenging each other in a healthy way. They're allowing themselves to be coached, and that's what they're doing. So it's exciting to see guys, young people, face obstacles and not take the easy route and face hard face-to-face. They're able to try to conquer it face-to-face without blinking. I wish the results was different. Our guys deserve a win. Our program deserves a win. But something's greater is happening because we're being forced through a certain fire. And I don't know exactly what that is. You don't know what it is, but I'm excited to see what's to come. But our staff is, giving their very best, and I'm going to continue to do the same.
Sean, Coach mentioned Ole Miss's defense in the first half. What did you feel like they were doing well, and what did you guys figure out in the second half?
They watched film from the first game and made some adjustments and, played aggressive, played physical, was sealing the baseline, and they made a few good adjustments, and we started making adjustments in the second half with our kind of motion action that we had going, and that's what kind of worked in the second half for us.
Coach, that closing lineup with Sean, Nick, Tamar, Zeus, and Aiden, what was it about that group that helped to get y'all back as close as you were down the stretch?
I think they were able to feed off each other. We were able to execute the game plan. They took care of the basketball. I thought when it came down to Sharp had an excellent game. He had 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 blocks. And last time we was in Oxford, we did a great job neutralizing their shot blocking and rim protection. So we were just able to move some parts, execute some matchups, put some guys in certain situations, and also just take care of the basketball. You cannot have a lead when you're giving up 10 turnovers in 20 minutes and 19 points off turnovers. That was the game. And in essence, we didn't give ourselves a chance to defend. We didn't give ourselves a chance to make a shot because they were turnovers. And I thought the second half we did differently. We got to the foul line where we were able to manufacture points, but we still gave up 42 free throw attempts, and they made 28. We're a better free throw shooting team. We went 18 for 27. I think we were up in top of the conference in free throw percentage, and that stat was close to 80%. And if we would have just knocked down those free throws and everybody's responsible for it, I thought we would have given ourselves a different outcome.
Coach, what led to Aiden Shaw being inserted to the starting lineup? What do you like about him and Jordan Butler both being on the court at the same time?
Well, you saw a glimpse of Aiden Shaw, especially on that fast break. He didn't know he was starting until the beginning of the game, 4 minutes before the game when we put it on the board. And he definitely earned it. What I'm happy to see is 9 rebounds on that. But he was able to get around the basket, use his athleticism. And, those free throws, I know he went 3 for 8, but he's a better free throw shooter than that. And he did a great job of practice, physically being available for the game at Oxford. I thought he did a tremendous job. I thought he provides length when we're switching defensively and quickness.
Dennis, it's not the first game in this run that's had quite a long scoring drought that's put the team in the hole. What are some of the in-game issues in your eyes that are leading to those droughts in the field?
I always start with myself. I don't ever put anything on the shoulders of my players. We just got to watch the film to see what the reasons was tonight. But it's all different reasons, one way or another. But one thing I can tell you is we didn't get to the foul line until the 4-minute mark, I believe, in the first half. And that's part of ending droughts, when you can see that ball go in from time to time on easy looks. But again, they did a great job defensively. They sealed the baseline a certain way, but we were able to get them out of that by clearing out some things and putting our pieces in the right place. And I wish I would have did it a lot sooner.
Coach, you let your starters run for almost 6 minutes to open the game there, and then once the subs come in, what starts to change once you start turning to the bench and mixing and matching pieces?
Well, if you look at our stat sheet, and this is the crux of it, when you look at our stat sheet, you have 4 primary scores, and then it drops all the way to 2 points. Well, that's what injuries, provide, right? It takes away not just one guy, not just 2 guys, but 3 primary guys who I know for a fact would be higher than that drop-off. So you're asking guys to do something different than what we've trained the entire summer to do, but also what we've done throughout the year. At this point in time, if teams, no different than Trey Gomillion last year, was hurt, he didn't get hurt until really the end of the season. And we were able to glue ourselves in cohesion and galvanize our identity. Well, we've taken away 4 primary guys in our system who had surgery, and we wasn't able and have not been able to sort of grow, galvanize our identity. It's almost been a smorgasbord, right, so to speak. We're trying to figure out who will be today and who will be in practice, and our full identity has not been able to transform itself, how we were able to grow and how teams are able to grow. You look across the NCAA, you'll see teams in the top 25, they may have had 1 injury or even 2. They can have 2 now, but if they've had 2 in the middle of preseason or 3 or 4, It's just the cards that we've been dealt. There's no excuse. We still put on a jersey. But again, our guys are fighting, and we've been in pretty much every game and an opportunity to win. We just hadn't been able, like was mentioned before, to jump over that threshold and lead a certain time. Exciting game. We only had to lead for 4 minutes and 41 seconds.
Sean, you mentioned Ole Miss making some adjustments defensively. How were you able to still kind of take advantage of some of the looks that you got and put up 27 points tonight?
My teammates did a good job of trusting me and getting me open first of all, but we realized to exploit some of the mismatches, some of the smaller guards, and post them guys up, and stay from the outer thirds of them trying to trap on the ball screens when we went on the outer third. So try to stay in the middle third and isolate the big man in the middle.
The other thing is this, I would say about Sean, and he's not going to toot his own horn, but I would. There's no guard in the country that shoots a higher two-point field goal percentage than him. He's very crafty. It's a unique skill set that you have, and unbelievable opportunity to use the glass, floaters, bank shots, pull-ups, left hand, under the basket where he Steve Nash his dribbles, reverse layups. Most people can't make at a high field goal percentage that much or that many baskets. Sean East went 3 for 4 from the three, and he still had 7 shots around the basket where he was, at the end of the day, 7 for 8. Think about that. He was 7 for 8 from around the basket. So it's over defenders, it's around defenders, and the numbers speak for itself. What he's upset about, and he probably is looking at his 4 turnovers as he is a competitor, and he just wish he can have those back because he knows how crucial they are and what they were. I had to sit him more in the first half because it was apparent to me what they were doing. He had to see it, and once he started to see it, the turnovers went down and also his shot selections went up. But it's almost where instead of subbing him in and out twice, which is usually the time, I had to sit him out 2 or 3 times so he can see exactly what I saw and what I was trying to tell him.
Sean, looking ahead to Tuesday, your final home game here at Mizzou Arena, what do you hope is the legacy that you and the exiting seniors leave on this program?
I want the fans to come back and, support for our last game. I appreciate them for being, loyal all season. So I want them to, to pack the house for the last home game for the seniors. And, we're going to try to get a win for the community, for the, university, and play our hearts out. And I'm not going to think about it too much. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good journey, and I appreciate Coach for trusting in me and trusting in our team. But I'm going to take it in probably after the game, but you stay focused and try to get this win on Tuesday.
One last question. All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, MIZ.